We are live. Are we live?
We
Welcome to
are.
G&G Podcast. I'm Gato.
I am Gabe.
Hi, Gabe. Welcome to
Hello.
the G&G Podcast. Bro, have you heard of Mars?
What was that?
It's a planet. It's the red planet.
The candy bar?
No, not the candy bar. It's the planet next to planet Earth. It's the one where we just sent another Mars rover
Hey, did you see
2.0.
the footage of the helicopter?
I Ooh, yes, I did.
That was
I
amazing.
I was a little late to that one, but I saw the landing live, and I'm not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit. I've
For
been
some
fo-
reason, always with like SpaceX stuff, like even with the SpaceX, and they showed the
yeah,
whole crew and everyone cheering. Oh man, I teared up too. I don't know what it
yeah, it
is.
was amazing. Like I love space. I've always been interested in like stars and stuff like that. And like I remember hearing about the new Mars rover that they were gonna send by um who said it? What's his name? Mark Rober, a YouTuber.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep.
And he was talking about how he used to work at NASA and stuff like that, and like the guy's super funny and he's super smart. But I saw a video about it and I saw the countdown. And I was like, holy crap! Like this is big. Like I've never seen this live. Like it's always like, oh yeah, did you hear that there's like a Mars rover in Mars now? Like and taking pictures and recording or getting samples and stuff like that. So um yeah, I saw that video and it was like with a week's notice, I think. And I even posted it on my Instagram and I was like, hey guys, like you got to check this out. Like this is going to be cool. And yeah, I was really lucky I had the day off and and I watched the whole live stream and it was amazing. And like, yeah, you're right. Seeing the people like cheering and stuff like that when it lands. And I was like, this is beautiful. It was great. It was freaking awesome. And
I
then
don't. I think
Amber's,
there's just something about like watching human achievements. I don't know
yeah.
what it is. It's just like you're happy for us, you know? It's like watching your kid. I guess we don't really know. But watching like a child or something that you've been taking care of, that you've been
Yeah.
working for. But it's just like
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, like the thing is, like if I got emotional, who I had nothing to do with it, yeah, imagine seeing the people that actually worked on this project to know that their freaking machine, their Land Rover, landed on Mars, and it's like now sending pictures and stuff like that, and I think that's freaking amazing.
That's really cool, yeah.
Um, I think I remember seeing an article about how they had possibly found traces of like water,
So
and if that was the case then there was like a high chance of like microbic life. I think it's microbic, like microbes, yeah, like
little,
minute
yeah, yeah,
little
it's
things, yeah,
creepy crawlers.
microscopic
Yeah,
life entities.
yeah.
And I that's freaking amazing too. Like that is like one of the things that I'm like, you always kind of, at least me as a kid, I always thought it would be incredible. And I thought, man, how cool would it be if there's like aliens in Mars? And
Would it
now
though?
we're so close of maybe having life discovered, even if it's a little thing that we can't communicate with, even if it's this little speck of life that's just floating around, and it's it's life on Mars. Like, bruh.
No, I remember. You remember the because this isn't the first time that we thought we found life on Mars. Do you remember the ones where they there was like this picture and it looked like
Like a face.
Bigfoot or something. The face even. I remember the face.
Yeah, I remember the face.
And now this new one. Now they actually have actual data. Or I don't know. They say it was
Yeah.
actual data of
No,
water
they
or
they said that they found something that could possibly mean that there was at one point moisture or something like
mm,
that. And I think based on that, once they're able to examine the rock or the sample or something, they might be able to find microscopic life.
that's
Uh,
crazy. That
but
is crazy.
I do remember. I don't remember the footprint, but I do remember the face, the picture of the face, and they're like, "This is mad," or you know, intelligence built this. Um, but didn't they discover that it was just like shadows and
Shadow. I think the face one was the shadow. And
yeah,
then the one where they thought they saw like Bigfoot on there, and there was like a picture of it. If you type in, I think you Google, you search Mars Bigfoot or something like that, and it kind of looks like the guy, you know, the Bigfoot pose that he
Yeah.
does. It kind of looks
Yeah.
like that. And
Oh, sorry.
then
So it wasn't a footprint. Sorry.
no, it was it was like an actual being. And so I remember I actually made a video about it, old YouTube parody video about it, that it was like Spider-Man, because it looked like the Spider-Man 3 black, you know, the black suit when he's like sitting on the edge of the building or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
you could probably find it. But that one was crazy because what it ended up being was it was a zoom in it was a cropped photo of a rock nearby. It wasn't even in the distance, it was nearby.
Oh,
And so
so it was just out of
someone,
focus, but it was close.
yeah, so it was like literally probably like a foot away, but the way they cropped it made it look like it was like in the cliffs far away.
Yeah, man.
And
That's
fooled a
that's
lot
the
of
magic
people.
of cinema for you. I mean, in a photography that was not intentional, or was it intentional?
I don't think so. I think someone tried to make fool people with it or something.
Yeah, it's interesting. Um, but yeah, and like, aren't we exploring like some of the like Jupiter's moons as well for like life? And they keep saying like there's actually like more water underneath or something like that. Like in
I heard about that too, like Titan or one of the
yeah,
moons.
Titan
Yeah,
or Europa. No, maybe it
something
was
like
Titan.
that.
I don't know. Isn't that where freaking Avatar takes place? In one of Jupiter's moons?
Was it?
I don't
I don't
know.
remember.
I haven't seen that movie. I think I've
I
only
haven't
seen
seen
it
it.
twice when it was in theaters.
Did you watch it in 3D?
Um, nah.
I heard it's quite the experience because it was actually made for 3D.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because you know how
I
like
don't know.
other 3D movies they have some stereo, like you see in the credits. There's always a stereoscopic, you know, engineer that kind of determines how the 3D-ness of the movie. But this with Avatar, it was like built to be 3D. So,
Oh,
but I never saw it.
I think I knew that actually, but no, I never saw it like that. I only saw it like a normal movie, and it's whatever. But it's an interesting story, like being able to find life forms like that, and in other planets or a moon in this instance, which is something that I think if we're looking for planets or places to live in that are not Earth, I don't think we should limit ourselves to like exoplanets. I think we can look at moons because moons could be big enough, for humans, and maybe they'll have the right environment.
That'd
And
be
I'm
so
sure we're
crazy to
already
live
doing that.
on the moon, though, right? Because right now we're on Earth, and you see the moon as a smaller, you know, smaller planet, or I guess moon. But
Yeah.
being on a moon and then seeing Jupiter as your moon essentially, and it just takes like probably half the sky or something.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
That would be so
That'd be
crazy.
that'd be kind of cool though. Um, like instead of seeing like the little moon on the space, you see this like
Yeah,
massive
right?
thing just like floating around. That'd be freaking insane. Um, would you ever live on a moon or in a different
No
planet?
way, man. That's too risky.
No.
If everything, if it was like super future, they figured out all the oxygen stuff and the emergency stuff. Because right now, if you were to live on Mars or on another planet, you're putting your trust on the man-made oxygen machines. And if those go wrong, boom, you're dead. At least on Earth, you can rely on Earth to make oxygen for you. I don't know, would
Yeah,
you?
but I feel like you have higher chances of dying in a car wreck than you do from oxygen in Mars. No, but wasn't there like a list of um like you can sign up to go to Mars to be like
I
a,
saw
a
that.
pioneer in Mars,
Yeah.
but it's like a
Wasn't
one-way trip?
that was SpaceX, wasn't it?
Was it SpaceX?
I think
Is
so,
that
yeah.
still going on?
I don't know. I mean, I think it was like a 3-month journey that you do. You're stuck in a spaceship for
Oh,
3 months.
I thought no, I thought that the deal was you go to Mars to colonize, but that's it. Like you go and you're there. Like there's no coming back.
I could imagine every like Chad bro, that's like their ideal situation where you colonize a planet.
Shatterer, bro. You don't think it would be the nerdy scientists that would want to go there instead?
I'm sure they'll be the only ones that would afford it.
I mean, yeah. Okay, but what if let's put it this way. Let's say that they give you let's say they're gonna pay for your entire life. They'll be like, hey, we're gonna send you, your job for the rest of your life is to repopulate.
That, that would be so exhausting. That'd be so exhausting. Could you imagine? Like, it'd be like you'd be at an assembly factory. You'd just be laying in bed, just waiting for the next door to come in every hour, and you're like, it'd be so exhausting. I don't know about you.
I don't know. That's how that works.
Isn't that what
I just meant like you go with like your wife and then you
Oh.
have kids and then you let them. That's what I meant by like your job is to
Oh, okay.
repopulate or populate. I mean,
For some reason, when I hear the word repopulate, I'm thinking like Adam and Eve status, and you gotta like you're the only
like
ones.
you're the only two. You just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Like wild rabbits.
Nah. Okay, if it was just your wife, maybe. Maybe if you were like 80 years old, retirement. That's a good way to go, right? Total Recall style, when you accidentally get into a fight and smash the window, and then your eyes pop out of your sockets.
Yeah, I remember. I was actually traumatized by that scene, and I was always afraid. Yeah, no, seriously. I think I was so okay. So you've seen the video, I mean the movie,
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it when I was a little kid because my dad had no senses when it came to like R-rated movies with my brother and me as kids. Um, and I remember that scene very specifically because it's the scene that traumatized me. Is like you can't breathe and then your eyes pop out of your eye sockets, and it was kind of like quicksand. Where like,
Yeah.
did you ever think that quicksand was going to be a bigger problem as an adult than it really is?
You know
Because
what?
I did.
I did actually. I did, because there were so many movies that did quicksand
Mhm.
that like there was a point where you see sand, you're like, oh my gosh, is that quicksand? And so you like get scared or whatever, and then you get all these imaginations of like drowning in sand, which I think would be horrible. But then all this other stuff, all because of all the movies that you watch with quicksand in it.
Yeah, exactly. So just like that, I thought that running out of oxygen was going to be
Oh,
a bigger
violent.
problem than it really is. I mean, maybe if you go swimming a lot and then you like drown, but I feel like that's different than asphyxiating.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I was traumatized by that. So I definitely don't want to do it. But as far as like going to Mars, I thought about it for maybe a day where I was like, would I go? Like, I mean, if life is going nowhere here, if I'm like, if I don't have anything going for me, might as well put my name out there, like, hey, Israel
Be part of
was
the
one of the
history books.
pioneers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that go to Mars at first. Uh, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but then what? Like, it's just a red planet. It's just a lot of red rock. And like, there's like a lot of interesting stuff about that. But at the same time, it's like, what
You would
else?
get so bored. You'd be bored within like the first month or so.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
Like,
be
I
like,
think
let me
it's
see that
cool.
red rock. All right, next day, let me see that red rock.
Hey, have you been to that? Have you hiked that mountain over there? It's all red, but the rocks are bigger than the rocks in the other mountains. So yeah, I get it. There's something really cool about space exploration, but there's also something very boring about the thought of just living on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, okay, what if we found an actual planet like a twin to Earth?
That would be crazy.
And
That would be so crazy.
but would you go if they said, "Hey, we need to populate this planet. We're
You
getting
don't know
people
if
to
it's
go."
hostile though. I would not go. I wouldn't know if it's hostile or not. Would you go?
Depends on how this planet is doing at the time. But I think as of right now, I probably wouldn't go because you're right. Who knows what type of animals and insects there are? What if like spiders are 10 feet tall over there
That would be
and we
crazy.
don't see them until like once every 10 years and we don't know about it until 10 years too late and then we all die by eight-legged creatures.
I would
Yeah, I
think
don't
they
want.
would send soldiers first. That'd probably be the smart way. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
that'd be bad because then you're showing hostility from the get go.
yeah, but maybe a mix.
How crazy it would be if it was the same planet, same type of people. They look like humans, right? And you land on there. No one even knows you're an alien because you look like everyone else.
What if
That would be
that's
pretty
happening
cool.
already though?
Oh shoot, Men in Black style here.
uh for reals though. Like who's to say that they're not already here and that they are just like us? Or and I hope I'm not being insensitive here, but what if like some of the people that we consider to be unusual, it's because they're aliens?
That's the premise. I think that's the premise of Men in Black.
What if what if like human mutations are not from ourselves, but because we're mating with aliens?
Oh dang. Okay, that's an
So I
interesting
actually
thought.
just thought of that. But I mean,
That would be
do
crazy.
do we know? Do we not know? What if we already populated another planet? What if this is the second planet that we're populating?
That's too much. My brain can't handle that. That's too much. Too much. Oh
Uh,
man, that's Black Mirror status right there.
yeah, we should write for Black Mirror. Who
Here's the
writes
thing
Black
though.
Mirror? Netflix?
I think that's Netflix. Was
Yep.
Netflix? BBC and then Netflix picked it up.
Hey Netflix, you need writers for your next season? Come
They
right
need
here.
it
Just
badly.
give us a thumbs up, give a like of this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and then give us a call, and we will be happy to write stories for you. And you know what? If you don't work for BBC or Netflix, feel free to leave a like because they are free, and subscribe and leave us a comment. Let us know. Would you go to Mars or a different planet if given the opportunity? Would you do that? Let us know in the comments. Go ahead, take your time. You got a minute.
Oh man, I like that. That's
Okay,
good.
minute
That's good
over.
stuff.
um,
I think no. The thing is that I think it ties in with what we're gonna talk about today, which is great. UFOs. You know, there's all this new footage and stuff. I feel like every 10 years, every 5 years, there's always new footage. All that craziness. But I read a comment on one of the videos of all these UFOs. If they were here already watching us, they would have done something by now. Maybe like attacked, right? Don't you think?
yeah,
If they
maybe.
were hostile, they would have attacked us by now.
Yes.
Unless they're observing us. Or maybe, like you said, they're mating with us already, and and the, and those UFOs are just bringing them back to their own planet to repopulate their place. Have you seen all the footage, by the way?
No, wasn't it released yesterday?
I remember they were talking about June. There was a deadline, like the Navy or
Yeah,
something.
it was yesterday, June 1st.
They had a dead. I didn't really read it. Tell me what that one was about.
Oh man, well I don't know it. No, so apparently there was like a bill that passed that basically said that the Pentagon, I don't know if it was the Pentagon or just like Area 51. Basically, the government um, is to disclose any information that they have on UFOs by
Yes,
June
by
1st.
June. Yeah,
So June
that's
1st was the deadline, and that means that by yesterday, which was June 1st, they should have released all the information that they had available on UFOs. Now, I don't. I mean, I was busy yesterday. I didn't really see anything, but I know that in the last few weeks, they've been releasing more footage and like what are these people called? They fly planes.
Air Force.
The Air Force. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I kept thinking aircraft. I'm like, it's not aircraft. It's something else. Air Force. So Air Force pilots
Space Force.
have been doing interviews. I think they did an interview with CNN. Um, or no, 60 Minutes. Sorry.
Yes,
They
I
did
saw
an
those
interview with
ones.
60 Minutes, and they talk about their experience with the UFOs, and they basically are coming out and saying like, yeah, there's things that we see, when we're doing like flight testing and stuff like that, and they can't explain it. And Even one of the former presidents also said this, and he was doing an interview and he talked about, there's things that are out there that we just can't explain, and so like we try to study them, but they make no sense. Like we can't predict how, like, their trajectories. They can't figure out how they function because our technology for flight is based on like wings and turbines and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these things that they're seeing, they don't have any of that. So they're like, so how is it even flying? How are they doing what they're doing without the technology that we know? So obviously that means that they're like years ahead
Advanced.
of
Yeah.
us in their technology. And so I think it's interesting. I think it's freaking awesome that something is out there. um I haven't seen anything saying like, hey, yeah, that we've met aliens or anything like that, but just the fact that there are things, in fact, like things that we don't know what they are, they're just out there. I think that's incredible, and I think it's worthy of looking into, because what if they're the answer to how, to us, like what if there's pieces that are missing that could be possibly provided by that, or maybe not. I don't know.
Hmm.
I just don't know.
I mean, the stuff that I've seen, the footage I've seen, at least the explanations I've seen, where they talk about lights that are moving really fast and just going back and forth. And there was this one, there's like an F-18 pilot on YouTube who talks about it, and he's analyzing it. And then he has a doubts talking about it's just like it could be a balloon or something other than that. But other people are saying that the way it moves so fast, it just seems impossible. Like that kind of technology would definitely, that would help. I don't know, maybe for like transportation,
Yeah.
Maybe we're doing flight wrong this whole time. Maybe we
What?
should, instead of using
Well,
thrusters, we should be using anti-gravity or whatever things.
that's the thing though. It's like, what if they have the technology that we need to save the planet? Because right now it seems like we're headed to like planet doom, and so I mean, it seems
Kind
like
of
we're
sad.
doing something wrong because we have a lot of greedy people in the world. Like all the powerful people of the world are destroying it, so to speak. And I'm not stating it. This is just information that I see out and about. Um, but I don't doubt it that we're sort of destroying the world. I mean, we're like slightly, well, not slightly, we're definitely overpopulated. We have a lot of garbage. There's a lot of pollution, and I think that's one of the reasons why we're looking for an extra planet or somewhere else to go to in case that this planet goes to waste, right? Like,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that basically the reason?
I don't know. I doubt that the planet will actually.
Like get
That would be
destroyed. Okay.
extreme, you know, to the point
Yeah.
where we would have to do another planet or something. I don't know. That's my
Okay,
thoughts.
okay, but I think one of the reasons why we're looking for other planets is to like, hey, let's see if, like expand our horizons, I guess, to a sense. But what if these aliens have that technology to help us either make this a better planet or make it better for us to find another planet?
Hmm. Um. Yeah. No, I could see that. I mean, it's definitely a. We could definitely use technology, and I can't argue that. I mean, I could imagine, like, just think about it. If travel was that fast, the like even fighting fires, we could get help from halfway across the world really fast. To help with
Yeah,
fires, deliver
yeah.
water, uh, stuff like that. Like that, I think that there's definitely ways to help our planet, but also, like you said, there's greedy rich people that will try to use it to weaponize it.
That's the thing, and that's the thing that I'm afraid of, is that we'll have awesome technology, and instead of using it for the good of humanity, we use it just wrong, complete opposite.
I think that, yeah, no, I agree
Uh,
that's with like all sorts of technologies. Like social media was one. Um, there's always someone that will try to find a way to make it bad. Like deep fakes, for example.
yeah.
right? That's cool. You know, it's fun. It's something really cool. Or AI, machine learning, right?
Yeah.
How to solve modern day problems. And now you have people that are like putting celebrities' faces on adult film stars and doing that. But then you
I'm
miss
sorry,
out on
what?
the it was a big thing, and so there was like a law that they're trying to work on it because it's just so prevalent now. But now you miss out on the fun stuff like putting Arnold Schwarzenegger's face on like Gimli or something. I don't know, stuff like that. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, they're so
I
funny.
mean, I've seen deepfakes, but I haven't seen that specific one.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
no, but I've seen some that are like extremely convincing, and especially there's one that just came out with Tom
Oh,
Cruise's face, and he's
yeah.
like washing dishes or something like that. Um, I saw that on Reddit the first time, and it was really hard to tell that it was a deep fake. Once I saw it on the computer, like high quality and stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a deep fake. Um, but that's the thing is like you just like bring down the resolution, and it's hard to tell that it's a fake, like, and so what are they gonna do next? They're gonna start making people say things they never said, and then there's how do we
Oh
prove it
yeah.
wrong? It's
They're
like how
like
do we
they're replicating voices now. That's what's crazy. Like you speak, you read a line or something, and you talk for a minute, and they can break that down and then recreate you saying anything that you want. They just
yeah,
type it up, and it says it uses your inflection, uses your voice, uses everything.
that's scary, man.
And that's the crazy part, because now you know how like we have scammers scamming older people, just saying, "Hey, you got this, blah blah blah," right? The new version of that is gonna be these deep fakers using our grandchildren's voices, like, "Hey, grandma, can you send me $500?"
Bro,
And we'll
don't
be
give them
too old.
ideas.
You know, our old hearing will probably be like, "Oh, I can't tell the difference between that," and then we send money. Like that'll be the new
Ugh.
scamming. Ooh, it's scary.
Wait, how do you know this? Are you
An alien, yeah, I am.
no, I was gonna say a scammer, but scammers are getting out of control, man.
They are.
Um, but what if they know that humanity would use advanced technology for wrong, and maybe that's why they haven't revealed themselves to us. Maybe that's why they keep hiding or running away when they get caught, or I don't know, man. Like it's interesting because you're right. Like if they've seen us, if they know that we're here, why haven't they talked to us? Why haven't they openly talked to us? Are
I
they
wonder
not
if
able to?
they. I don't know.
Are
That.
they afraid of us? Because like
What if
um
they think we're hostile?
that's the thing though, is like I feel like we would be. Sadly enough, I feel like if aliens came here, I think the first thing you do, and I mean, I'm not saying that this is wrong because I understand how scary it can be to like deal with an alien because you don't know it, right?
Yeah.
But I think humanity's first response would be send the army and protect, right? But are we really gonna protect, or are we more like, hey, let's protect, but let's accidentally like kill some of them for studies so that later we can get technology so that we have the upper hand against other humans.
Yeah. No, I see that. I could see that being a problem. Did you ever see the movie Mars Attacks?
Yeah, bro,
Like
I I
that's
cried.
the that, what? What part?
uh when they um when so you know how they receive them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yep.
and
Yep.
and they come into like this like ceremony thing, and they're like at, and I don't know, whatever, and then they pull out the guns and they start shooting everybody, and everybody turns into a skeleton.
Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
You
that I
cried.
wasn't expecting that, and it scared me.
Oh. Oh,
And I
cry
was
out of
like,
fear, not like out of sadness or anything.
yeah, no, 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 it was out of
Oh,
fear,
okay.
and it scared the crap out of me. So I was like, I don't want to die, being skeletonized. And so I cried, and my dad had to take me out of the theater, and I know that he was annoyed because he was laughing, And I remember I cried and I was like, I don't feel good. I don't like this. And my dad's like, it's funny. It's really funny. And you know what? After watching it again, it is actually a really, really funny movie. But yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's what I imagined when you were saying that we received them, right? But then in the back, they have all the tanks there, still trying to
Yeah.
display show force, even though they
Yeah.
try to present them as welcoming, but not. I don't know. I think you bring up a good point. I think we would always try to attack beyond the offensive instead of the defensive, which is kind of sad. But
Yeah.
they have claimed that they've crashed. So, and we've dug apparently, found their technology or whatever. So that's kind of free reign, right? That doesn't really count if they
Yeah.
crash Roswell, all that stuff.
Did you see that video of the fire coming down? Came out
Fire
like
come down.
2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I think it was along the Pacific coast.
What's it called?
Um, there's like a couple of videos of it because it was a really long trail and it was like kind of slow. But yeah, there's
Fire.
like a
What is
lot
it
of.
called? What can I? We could probably
You're gonna try
watch
and
it.
find it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I think the news came out and said that it was like a satellite
Oh, so
that
it wasn't that alien.
broke down. But that's the thing is, I was like, was it really a satellite? Was it an alien aircraft that just kind of like
Conspiracy.
that like
Demonetized. Just kidding.
I mean, who knows? Because like some people were saying that it was just like a meteorite that just kind of like broke apart and stuff like that. But I feel like meteorites would go a lot faster and they burn up more than this looked like. This really looked. It looked like what was that? What was that shuttle that blew up on reentry and it killed like six astronauts
uh,
back in like you crew
97.
from
Was it
maybe.
Challenger?
Yeah, was
Because
it?
that one was. I think that one blew up on exit or on
No,
like.
so I'm talking about one that was on reentry. Like they were coming in and it got too hot and something failed and it got blown up on the way in. So when that one came in, the pieces of the shuttle, it's called a shuttle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked the same. It looked exactly the same. And so I'm looking at this video and I'm like, that doesn't look like a meteorite. And if it was like a satellite, it must have been a really big satellite. Because it looked big and it went a long way. Like the video was like 2 minutes long, I think.
Let me see. Colombia, I think that's what it is.
Maybe.
I found some footage of it.
Oh, I feel good.
Let me see. All right, let me play it here. Let's see. So
All
they
right.
have you. It's kind of you're gonna have to watch it delayed on the speed. But
Across the blue Texas skies just 16 minutes from home when it blew
All right.
apart. In
so
a
I see
horrifying
it.
echo of the
Okay,
Challenger catastrophe 17 years earlier.
I see it
Flaming
exploding.
debris fell to Earth along a 300-mile-long
I
trail
hear
of
things.
destruction. Fort Worth to western
Are you?
New
Can you see the live feed?
Officials say Columbia
No, I don't see anything.
We got to figure out a way to have you see what I'm sharing, so that way you can kind of participate. Oh man. Okay, I see it. So you're saying it was like kind of too slow
So
when it was burning up?
yeah. Like it just didn't seem like a meteorite or a comet or anything like that. It was just you like because when you see a shooting star, it's so fast. Even the big ones, they come and go, and it's been like seconds. This video literally took like 30 seconds, a minute and a half. I don't know. Like I just remember it was like really long, and I was like, yeah, that's not a natural object. That's not a meteorite. That's or meteorite. It's got to be something big. And so the news claimed that it was a satellite, but I'm like, if it was a satellite, wouldn't they have like warned us before that a satellite might be breaking apart or something like that? Or maybe they would have shown footage of the crash, saying like, hey, here's the satellite. But there's the video that people posted, and then there's the news saying, yeah, it's a satellite, and that's it. I haven't seen anything else on it, so I'm like,
Wait, was it nighttime or daytime?
it was nighttime.
Okay, I probably showed the wrong footage. I think I know. Was it like on the highway?
No, I'm pretty sure the person filming was a lady standing outside her house.
Dang, there's so
I
many footage.
wonder-
I don't even know.
I wonder if I can find it.
Send me
You're
the
about
link,
to hear.
and then I can share it with our.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll send you the link. And I apologize, you're
Oh,
gonna hear some
jeez.
clacking.
Check this one out. So there's a rocket explosion that caused a car accident because people were so distracted. But yeah, check this one out. So apparently there was like some rocket in the sky, right? And next thing you know, all these cars stop, and one car, the white car, doesn't even see it crash. Oh, actually no, he gets pushed by the other person. Wow. Dang. Ah, man. I think with the, I don't even know what.
Oh, here, I'm gonna send this to you. I'm pretty sure this is the one. This is the
Alien
news
footage.
report. How can I send this to you?
Just send it in the chat. One of the, oh, okay, let's see. All right.
Anyway, my point is,
Okay,
we
I'm
don't
watching it right
know
now.
if that was like an actual satellite, or if it was a UFO and it really was just covered up. I mean, we have to trust whatever the media tells us, which is, I mean, do we trust the media?
That's a very big, wow, that's a lot of particles.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah, and see how it takes like a long time?
Yeah, that is either, okay, either it's slow because it's far away, or like you said, it's closer, but it's going slow, and that's suspicious. What if that's like a whole colony of aliens coming in right now?
Just a bunch of spaceships just like
Yeah.
disguising themselves as like it's not an explosion, what's it called? Disassemblement?
Disintegrate.
Disintegration. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I have to remember how to English.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's interesting, man. Like that thing was
That
big.
is-
I would be in shock if I saw that in real life. Oh my
whoa,
goodness.
that's pretty cool.
It's massive.
It's like a blue light.
Blue light
Dang,
switch.
that would be, you know what? I'd be scared. After watching like a movie like Mars Attacks, you go outside to see that.
And you would start crying.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, go to Walmart, buy all the guns.
I don't want to be turned into a skeleton.
And then your
I
dad comes out and
remember
says, it's funny.
I remember there was like the first time I saw like one of the bigger meteors. Oh yeah, it's.
I
so
remember
big.
I've seen it twice in my life. 2 meteors.
What?
One
Meteor
hiking.
showers?
Maybe not shower, but like I think I saw like debris, you know, disintegrate, burn up in the atmosphere because
Yeah.
you're hiking and it was, you know, dark up in the mountains, and then it gave off this like green tint when it burned. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa. That was pretty
So
cool.
I remember the first green one that I saw. I was driving and it was, I mean, it was far obviously, but it was big, and it gave me like a mini heart attack because that for a split second I feel like I thought it was gonna crash, or like, yeah, like close to us and like kill us or something. It was so fast, but it was one of those things like your heart drops for a second. I was like, holy crap, like that was big. And like I've seen a lot of shooting stars. I've been to meteor shower, or not been to meteor shower, but I've seen meteor showers. And yeah, there's big ones and stuff like that. But to see just the one just come out of nowhere, and to be bright enough that you can see it in the middle of the city, that really scared me for a second. But it was also kinda cool.
It's crazy how light it lights up the surrounding area. I've seen some that burn in the re-entry, and it's just like makes it as if it's daytime because that's how bright it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's nuts. Uh, do you feel like there's a lot of um shooting stars being filmed lately, like more than usual?
You know, I've thought about this. I say yes, but not because of more recentness, but because of more accessibility. I assume that a lot of people have seen things, but they didn't have camera phones back in the day,
So it's
or at
just
least
word of mouth.
as yeah, you know, as easily accessible as iPhone. Quickly, usually, you know, the back with the flip phone, all the slider phones, you gotta like open the phone, and it's really slow to go to camera mode. Now you just go like you're on the home screen, swipe right, and it goes to the camera. So I'm guessing that's the reason why
To go.
people it's more
But
easier.
okay, yeah, I actually agree. I think that we have door cams that get activated and triggered by movement and light. We have quicker access to camera to filming, recording. Um, but it's funny because like we have more access to it, we see it more. But when it comes to UFOs, the quality is still low.
Dude, that one's the one that bugs me. Why is it still low quality? Right? You got
Yeah,
like Navy taking footage, right? Navy.
yeah,
And they're supposed to have like really good optics to see and
yeah.
enemies in distance or whatever. And then they come out with grainy, low res photos.
That's the
That's so
thing is
funky.
like it makes it harder to believe because it's grainy and like I feel like lately everybody also has access to some sort of editing program. Like I mean, you and I are film editors and we're able to create sound effects and video effects that might be believable for other people to see and they'll be like, "Oh, like we film a video, we send it back 20 years, actually 10 years back and it's believable." Cuz and so it's kind of like what's keeping us from believing that
I don't,
that this footage is actually real.
I
But
don't
it's
know.
one of those things that I'm like, why can't we get better footage of
Yeah,
UFOs?
what?
And why is it always just lights in the sky at nighttime?
I've never seen. Actually, I've seen a couple daytime ones, and I think some of the military ones that came out are daytime. But then again, it's like in infrared, so then it's not like actual color, and you have the black hot or white hot footage. That's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, check
Uh,
this one. Actually, I don't know how to share. How would I share?
well,
Um.
if you send me the link, I'll be able to watch
Okay,
it.
that's right. Let me send you the link right at this current time right here.
Um, okay, got it. Cool, cool, cool. All right.
Like,
Okay.
check out that.
Oh yeah, I saw it. This is the one that yeah. The military dude talked about this
Yeah.
about
But
the
look at that
triangles.
one.
This
Look at this green one. The green one. That one is. How do you explain that one?
the Dorito.
The the flying Dorito, yes. Like you can kind of see right here the two triangles, right? That's from optics.
Wait, there's two. Hold on.
That's reflection.
Oh, okay.
See two right there. That's from the optics, and I think that's reflection. But what's weird even is that this, if you play it, it blinks, right?
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
And some planes that they do like a blinking light to give off their I think it gives us their code or whatever, kind of their their identifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that this Dorito is giving that same type of light, I wonder if it's actually
Just a plane.
a plane. At the same time, if it's experimental, why would it blink lights off to give off I don't know, give off its identifier?
That's actually a good point. Because I mean, even with cameras, we're able to manipulate the way we see light, right? Like like a oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you watch eclipses, but you use a shadow, like a box and a shadow, to see the eclipse.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know the word off the top of my head.
What's it called? What's it called? But okay, so you can do that, and I've seen it with like shadows with trees,
Yes.
where
Yes.
like there's something that manipulates the shadow, and so instead of seeing like the randomness of it, you can see the actual shape. And so I feel like light and shadows can be manipulated by camera and optics. And so you're right. I mean, this Dorito could very well be just a Delta airplane or
Or
something.
B-2 bomber, or one of those advanced. I don't know.
Oh wow, way to go. Dark mode there. But
No, B-2 bombers. They're triangle shaped. Have you seen those?
oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a kill streak on Call of
yeah,
Duty.
yeah, yeah. No, I
That thing.
I was thinking like the World War II bombers that the
Oh,
really old looking ones. And so I was
B-52s.
like, what are you talking about? You
No,
know, atomic bombers.
dang.
But that's interesting though. Have you said you've seen UFOs?
I've never seen UFOs. Have you seen UFOs?
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me.
Yeah, all right, all
Tell
right,
me.
all right.
Tell me the
Hang on.
story.
Calm
Wow.
yourself.
Why are you teasing me
I'm
now?
about to tell you my first UFO story. It was like a long time ago.
Okay.
And so this is a faint memory, but I wasn't the only one who saw it. In fact, I wasn't the one that brought it up. Somebody else did. So I was a kid. We were living in Mexico, and my family and my best friend's family, who happened to be my family's best friends, like just a bunch of good old friends.
Okay.
We went camping to where did we go? I think it was like Toluca, which is like central Mexico. It's like a very foresty green area.
Okay.
We went camping, and we were doing our normal camping activities. It's super dark at night, and my best friend's mom started yelling or screaming at us, and it was like, there's a UFO, there's a UFO, look up there. And so my best friend, his sister, I think my brother, I don't know, a bunch of us like went over to where she was, and she was pointing up at the sky, and it was like this little like it was a brighter than usual star. It wasn't twinkling, it wasn't blinking or anything, like it was just a white dot, and it was moving very, very slowly. And the thing is, like, okay, so satellites, when you see satellite, you just see a little dot just kind of like
Yeah.
going really slow. This one stopped, and then it came back, and then it stopped, and then it like kept going like back and forth for a little bit, and then it just kind of did like a little loop, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
it just kind of like disappeared.
What? Okay.
So this is an old memory. I remember vaguely stuff, but I do remember that it stopped and it moved the other way. That part I remember very, very clearly. And I think I don't know if my dad or my mom saw it. One of them two saw it, but someone else didn't. But yeah.
But was
that
it?
the
So it was a white dot and it was fast. Was it
It
moving
wasn't fast. It wasn't fast. It was moving really slowly. And so that was the first actual UFO. And by UFO, I mean an actual unknown flying object.
Not necessarily
because obviously
aliens, then, right?
we don't know what it is.
Technically,
It's
everything that we don't like, all these what we see footage are UFOs. And it's funny
we don't
because
know
they
what they
changed it to was it UAPs now? Unidentified aerial something projectile.
Yeah, why did they change the name?
I think UFO. Just every time people hear UFO, they think aliens now. So they're
Yeah,
trying
makes
to
sense.
rebrand the UFO.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Dang.
But
Okay.
So that's the first time I ever saw one. And there's another time where I'm not sure that this was actually a UFO, but I remember seeing like a not a disc, but it was just like a line out in the distance. It was really bright. It was like sunset time, and but it didn't look like a airplane reflection, like when it reflects the sunlight.
Okay.
It looked like a really bright orange line that was just kind of like moving, and then I lost sight of it. This was also a long time ago.
What if it was a lint in your eye?
What?
A lint in your eye.
A lint?
Eye dirt.
Is it reflecting? And I'm like, oh.
Wait a
UFO.
second. Wait. Okay. So orange line. So you've had 2 sightings then.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, at least 2. I can't think of any other ones. I don't think I've ever seen one here, like in Utah. I don't think I've seen one.
My cousin, he told me, and I still don't. I don't know if I believe him, but he remembers he went camping. Actually, no, it was camping backyard. He was laying on, I guess, their backyard table. They had a table in the backyard, and he saw a light go like, it was going across, but it was going like this, like zigzagging like that.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, right. I think people who know me know I'm a skeptic.
Yeah.
I don't. There is always an explanation for everything.
Yeah, it's healthy skepticism.
But I mean, if that is true, then that's weird. Then because if they're moving that slow, right?
Yeah.
And that was probably what 10 years ago technology for them, I guess, for aliens. And now 10 years later, they've been just observing us for the past 10 years, or even I don't know, even going back to the 60s or 70s, UFO sightings have been. Even the 40s.
Yeah, I mean, when was the Roswell crash? 1950,
Roswell.
1953?
1947.
Oh, that was way off. I thought it was in the 50s, but well.
Man, what do you think this report is gonna have?
What report?
The June 1st. It apparently hasn't come out yet. So.
Oh, really? I think it's gonna be just a lot of the same stuff. Just like, hey, here's like more footage of stuff, and here's like some commentary that we had when we looked at stuff. But I don't think they'll actually come out and say, hey, we found an alien and we've talked to it.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like. It's just gonna be like declassified video of the same stuff. Maybe you know what? It's probably just gonna be extended footage of it, and then some accounts saying
just the raw video instead of like a short clip, but the full thing instead. Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be too. But still, that's still pretty cool to know that, you know, there are things out there that we can't explain.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
yeah.
did you ever see? There's a video of a light that like lands on like it's a religious building in Jerusalem, I think. And there's a video of it, and then you see this light like slowly come down, and then once it like reaches the building, it like flashes white or something like that. And so there's people who are like, oh, it's the aliens, and then there's people saying it's an angel.
Ooh, I have it. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me send it.
it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's fake or not, but I thought it was kind of cool. Ooh, another video.
A UFO hovers up the holiest sites in
So it's
Islam.
hovering.
Yeah, that's the one.
Walk on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The spot
Oh,
where
whoa.
Muhammad ascended to heaven, built on top of a site sacred to Judaism. An American woman takes it all in her stride.
Well, I hadn't seen this in a very long time.
We've seen them in Mississippi like this, but never like.
Did it flash or did it just fly away?
No, it's like kind of like it's just laying on top and then kind of glowing on top of the building.
Maybe I remember
Whoa,
a flash because
okay.
because that building is really bright and overexposed.
Whoa, they even found another one. There's a different angle of that too.
I don't think I ever saw this angle. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, it does flash. Oh, okay. All right, got some chills on that one. Goosebumps.
What about our viewers?
Wait a second.
What do you guys
okay.
think of
Let
this
me
video?
think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Are
Do
you
the
gonna
spiel.
look for the explanation?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear comments. Are there any comments? Are people watching? Do people even listen to us?
Hey, you know what? I've been wanting to talk about how we should have an intro, right?
Yeah.
We're 2 guys that found an hour to sit down and talk about some random stuff, despite our
Like-
busy schedules.
Like
You're
you-
getting married. You're planning to get married. I have a kid. You know,
Yeah, you do.
we should have a slogan: two bored dudes, actually busy dudes, trying to find an hour to sit talk about the most randomest stuff. Aliens. Wait,
Dude.
okay. That's
Are you
suspicious.
enjoying this video? Are you trying to analyze it and
Yeah,
break
I'm
it
doing
apart?
frame by frame right now because when it does like I'm
The
trying to
flash.
make sense of the blur, because the motion blur of the light, right?
Yeah.
The blur over there, it doesn't match the frame rate of the current video. And the flash, that one, it seems so here's the flash, right? There's a flash right there. Why was there no flash on the other one?
Because it was too close. Because
But
it was
yeah-
already overexposed.
Did you see how bright it was in the other one? So it
Well,
should
yeah,
have
that's
just
what I'm
like
saying, like
blinded
it-
the camera here, but it didn't.
Okay. All right. Good point. All right.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna play both sides here.
All right.
If it is real, that's amazing. That's it. But if it is
Okay.
fake, like the
That's
tracking,
amazing editing.
the tracking is amazing on that. Look at that. Cause look at that. You see the okay. Let me
Wait, hold on. No,
let me
I'm
break
watching
it
it. I'm
down.
watching it over here. So I
let
see.
me break it. Oh, I guess it doesn't work. But there is do you see that ghosting that happens right there? There's ghosting.
Ghosting.
So right when the camera moves, right?
Are you on
Right
the
there.
close-up one or the far-away one?
The first one. So as the camera
Okay.
moves, you see
Yeah.
that double ghosting. It matches everything else here. So that's good. That's a good fake, or that's real, right? Because you see the ghosting there, ghosting again. Normally, fakers will try to forget about that, or they kind of mismatch it, or it's not as great. But this is a pretty good. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh, we got more analytics or analyzing.
There's a
you-
movement
That makes
that's
sense.
very. There's a camera movement. You know, when it's a shaky camera, right?
Yeah.
It's usually very-
zoomed in.
It's zoomed in, right? But when you're
Yeah.
shaking, you never have sharp turns like that. And then, like, think of if you're in Premiere, right, and you're doing the zoom in, right, and your linear graph. You know what I'm talking about? You always want to smooth that line out, right? So that way you have a smoother turn. This one has some really sharp. There, you see that sharpness? Oh man, I don't know. That's a really good fake. But here's the thing. Here's my thing. Here's my gripe. This is video taken of a video. So this is a video and someone videoed the screen. And so maybe that's why that ghosting is really good, because that's the fake video is already on the bottom and then they just filmed their screen. I don't know. Maybe they edited it in Premiere and then they video captured it with a camera.
To lower the resolution.
Lower the resolution. See, I can't even tell if that zoom is real or from the video. And even more. Check this out. There's no grain in that video, by the way. Like, it's as if it's a picture, right? Go to 6 seconds, right?
6 seconds.
There's a moment where the footage is like is still, right? It's very still, and there's no movement. Usually you would see some like the miraging of the lights or some sort of car's lights, but it's like super still, right? That
Yeah.
so it could have been a picture and then they put this light over it and then they filmed it with the camera. So that could be fake.
Okay,
That's my
there's a
theory.
road right there. I'm trying to see if there's any cars moving around.
Like at that part, it's just the background just seems so still, as if it's a picture. Like even here, you would see some like pixelation being moved, like kind of like what the glowing thing is doing. Right?
You know what? You're actually right. Like especially for a dark, not a dark, for a night video like this from
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
You're right. there's no grain, and also like looking at the glare from the lights, they don't move with the focal point of the
Yeah. Yep.
lens. They're
Yep.
still.
Yep.
They're
Well,
very
here-
still.
My guess is because, so that could be because he's filming because they could have easily had a video on a tripod and then
they
put the light and then film the video. So that's why that would explain why the lens flares aren't twisting. But that's still, yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
All right, see.
no,
There's
that's a good. That's really good. Analyzing on your part.
analysis on there. Yeah,
this
there's
quick.
always an explanation for everything.
I like that. I like your skepticism. I appreciate it. Okay, but okay.
The flash.
I think we're like
Oh shoot.
about an hour in.
Yeah.
To all of our viewers, like, let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. Like, have you seen a UFO? Do you believe in aliens? Would you go to Mars or another planet if that's an option that was given to you? And if you have any like links to videos that we should watch, let us know. Also give them to us, because we'd like to watch them and break them apart. And we have Gabe here who will literally break it apart and tell you how it's made, and you'll have me who's like, it's an alien. It's right there. It's an alien. No, actually, I really appreciate the skepticism. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast about UFOs and space.
There's always an explanation to everything. That's my takeaway from this. But I would like to be fooled, for lack of a better word. I want to believe, you know?
Yeah.
I want to believe, but
Hashtag I want to believe.
but because of all the knowledge I've acquired about videos and all that stuff and editing, like
Yeah.
I'm always skeptical. But it's not like I'm purely skeptical, but because I've noticed things, but I want to believe, you know? So send us your footage that you have seen that you think that is legit, because I would like to see it, because I want to believe. I think like that
I
just
wanna
shock, the
see it
shock that
too.
you saw when I saw that light go up on that second shot, like I loved it. I loved the chills, but then I broke it down and then I'm like, oh crap, I got excited for nothing.
Yeah.
So send us
Yeah,
your videos.
You broke my illusion too.
Sorry. Sorry to break it to you.
That's all right. It's all good. That's why we look at these things, and that's why we converse about these things, to see whether or not they're fake. Because I don't appreciate fake stuff.
I don't like being fooled, yeah.
Fool me
It's true.
once, shame on you. Fool me twice, still shame on you.
Yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications on new live streams. Like I said, we do this live, and because we don't want to sit down and edit. We ain't got time for that. So
Yeah, that's right. That's actually that's a true statement. We don't want to edit, so we do it live stream. Join us
Yes.
every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
supposedly
or on
7
Spotify
or 7
later Wednesday in the p.m.
All right.
All right, thanks for joining us today, guys. We hope you have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Oh.